What's up guys, welcome back to the channel for another ball review. Today we're going to look at the new release by 900 Global, the Sublime. This ball features the first time they used the AI core technology in the 900 Global line. Before they used it in the Storm line with the Storm Summit, which was released earlier this year in July. That's a ball that I really liked. I've already drilled 2 of those. With that core, this ball features a hybrid cover stock, which is 2 parts pearl, 1 part solid. One has the reality cover on it, the S77 Response Solid, and also the S70 pearl cover stock from the Wolverine Dark Moss. This ball, from what I've seen so far by throwing it, it is a lot cleaner for me. Those 2 covers, when I had a reality, it was a lot cleaner, a lot smoother for me, even though it is a strong solid. And the same thing with the Wolverine Dark Moss. It was a lot longer. I had to really scratch it up in order to get it to pick up earlier in the lane because it wasn't really clean for me. So how did I drill this ball? Well, we're going through experimenting with drillings again. This time I went 5 by 4 by 3.5 VLS layout. With the cleaner cover, I wanted a stronger placement with the mass bias if it had one. That way it flares a little bit more. Today I'm going to be comparing those balls to the Storm Journey and the 900 Global Zen Gold Label, which is the 801 reverse blend, which is on that cover. It's a cleaner pearl. I know it's not hybrid, those 2 are both pearls, but these are the last couple of balls that I have I have a similar layout that's on the Journey, and on the Gold Label I have a higher pin buffer, so that way I can showcase the difference between those 2 balls. All right, and what surface do I have on all 3 of these balls? Usually I do throw them out of box, but since this Sublime, it was really clean out of the box for me, I did hit it with 2000 Avalon by hand, just to get all the reactive gloss off it. With the lower pin placement for the 3.5 on the VLS system, it is going to be similar to a pin down for me. So the ball was really clean, scooting through the mid lane a little too much for me, and really didn't want to come off the dry the right way, so I did hit it with 2000 Avalon by hand. Since I did my Journey video, I have scratched that one up as well to take some of the reactive gloss off it. And with the Zen Gold Label, that is the same thing. Even with a higher pin buffer, I did scratch it with 2000. That way I had a similar surface on all 3 so we could showcase it today. And guys, before we get into this, make sure you do that thing, hit that like button, come on, subscribe. I'm on a push for 1,000 subscribers, and turn on that bell for notifications so you know when my content hits the internet. All right, I'm gonna get on the lanes. But before I do that, I really want to thank you guys for watching my videos. I want to thank Pin Chasers here for allowing me to come out and make my videos, do all my coaching. And without further ado, let's see what we got. All right, so I'm going to start to the right like usual. That's what I normally do. And we're just going to make shots in this fresher house shot. I am here in the morning, so it is a lot fresher. I have warmed up a little bit just so I can get the old muscles working. All right, let's see. All right, and as you see, that one was a little bit earlier in the fronts with that lower pin buffer, and it got down to the mid lane. It was a little confused. I have bowled like a game there, so I'm gonna make a little move left and see if I can get the ball to push down the lane a little bit more than that one just did. With this bigger core, I'll show you the core numbers that are right there. This is a bigger core, even though it's using the AI technology. So I needed the ball to get down the lane. These bigger cores want to start up too early. And we don't need it for a lower rev guy. We don't need it to start up too early. All right, let's throw another shot. And yeah, that wasn't good enough. That was a little left. Still working on my game. All right, so you see it's very clean, but with that pin placement and stuff, it wants to be the cover making it clean, but it really wants to be early and start earlier in the heads. So we're going to make another adjustment left and throw a little bit right and see if I can get it to come off the dry the right way. The Global line for me has been a lot smoother. They haven't been really quick in the back of the lane compared to the other. Like the Zen Gold Label is a lot quicker than this ball, and so is the Journey. We're going to showcase that in just a minute, since this is the star of this show today. See if I make a better shot. There we go. Like that. Early. Got in the mid lane, started picking up, went a little longer than I wanted to because of that pin buffer, but it came off the dry, not really sharp, but in a smoother motion. It's kind of what I thought. I have a lot of problems on medium patterns when I bowl, figuring out what balls to use, trying to use the stronger ones. I have the higher pins that they want to pick up earlier or later down the lane so they skid too far. Throw one more and then we'll showcase one of the other balls. Make another move left, try to get in a little more oil, get this ball to shape a little bit. Exactly like that one. That was pretty good. That was really good. So with the lower pin buffer, it is wanting to be earlier, a little bit before the mid lane, bigger, stronger core, so that's making it earlier. But the cover is really making it push down the lane by itself. So So now I'm going to switch over to the Journey and see the difference in that one. All right, so the Journey, now make sure you after you're done with this video, take time to go watch my Journey video. And I was striking a lot in that one, so I really like this ball. But we're going to see the difference. So with the VLS layout on this one, which is 5 by 3 by 3, it should flare a little bit more, but the pin buffer isn't as low, so it shouldn't want to hook as early. It should get down the lane a little bit more. All right, we'll move back, not much to the right, still in the same spot. This one is to me, is a lot quicker off the dry than the Sublime is. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Get some of that messenger mist. All right, yeah, you see, a little bit cleaner than the Sublime. Core's a little smaller, so it's a little bit weaker, not by much, just a little bit. And that cover on which is the TX16 Pearl, it is a little quicker off the dry than the Sublime. Now I'm gonna make just a move left and throw it more right, see if I get the same type of reaction. As you know from my past videos, I'm not really a fan of the React to Gloss, but some of them, the balls roll good, some of them don't. This depends on how strong or how weak the covers are. And yeah, you see, even though I'm playing more to the right, that ball is getting down the lane right, but it is a lot quicker off the dry than Sublime. All right, so now I'm going to switch back over to Sublime, and we're going to start pushing it left. With these lower pin buffers, yeah, the ball is going to want to you want it to push down lane, but it wants to read early, and I'm going to need some friction in order for it to get all the way up to the pocket. So more left, try not to throw it too far right. Like I said, it's not as responsive down lane as a Journey, but it still is a little quicker than, say, like the TNT Infused. That one's kind of forward with the hybrid cover that's on that one. See, like that, with that layout, got a little more oil, it was a little more confused. It was skidding, didn't want to read in the mid lane, and it wiggled a little bit, almost 5, 7, 10. That's not what you want to see from a low rev guy, man. We don't need no lilies on my videos. All right, let me try it one more time. Try to throw it a little more right in the dry, a little slower. See if it shapes better. Like that one. So with the bigger core, it is going to be a little bit smoother for me compared to what the Journey, which is a little bit longer, a little bit quicker, because that core is just a little slightly weaker, a little different shape in it. But with all these cores that were coming out with the higher RGs, they are going to be slower for me with my rev rate category. Maybe the higher rev guys are going to get them down the lane a little bit more. They're going to push a little bit more down the lane than me because of my lower rev rate. So I do need these weaker layouts in order for me to use the bigger symmetrical balls to get them down the lane, especially when I'm bowling on patterns or like the house shots that are here in town. We don't have a lot of volume in the front, so I need the ball to really push down. I bowl second shift league on Tuesday night, so I really need the balls to push down the lane because sometimes they get a little cliff, so there's a lot of dry to the right, a little oil left when I need the ball up, I can. If I want to use the stronger symmetrical balls and stay to the right, I have these weaker pin placements to help me out. All right, so we're going to switch back over to the Journey, throw that a couple shots, and then we'll showcase the Gold Label. All right, so I'm moving more left, going to throw a little right. This one was a little quicker off the dry, so it's getting down the lane a little bit easier than the Sublime. All right, now we got pins. All right, let's see. Throw them same as the Sublime. Throw a little to the right, let it come out of the oil and read the dry, but it should be quicker. Having a good day today, boys and girls. Been practicing a lot, getting ready for the tournaments coming up next year. That was pretty good. So let's see. Let's throw the Gold Label because that, like I said, it's a different layout. I have a higher pin buffer on that one. Okay, so on this Gold Label, the layout I have on it is 5 by 4.5 by 2 VLS layout. So it is a higher pin placement. This is a weaker pearl than what's on the Journey. And then on the Sublime, I'm not really sure. That's a bigger core than this one. So I'm not sure how close the covers are. All right, let's see. This one should be quicker than the Journey, but it might be earlier, more forward because of a higher pin buffer. Freaking 9-pin, man. Gotta watch what I say. We're on YouTube. Not bad. Threw it a little more to the right than I wanted to. Let's try one more time. But the Zen line has been a little more quicker and forward for me. Same thing with the TNT and the TNT Infused. Those cores, they're a lot forward, where you can see in the Journey it's a lot quicker off the dry, and a Sublime, even though it gets down the lane, it's more of an in-betweener. All right, one more time with the Gold Label. I'll move more left though. That was a 9-pin. We don't need to leave 9 pins in this video. We need to get some messengers. Uh-oh, that was way out there. More like that. There we go. Throwing it pretty good today. So you can see that one is a lot cleaner. Wants to pick up a little bit earlier because of the pin buffer, but it comes off the dry a lot sharper. All right, now let's try to test how far I can move left with this Sublime. Now with this layout, this is not something I want to do, but you can see with the Journey is quicker. The Zen Gold Label wants to be a little quick, more angular in a sense. But even though the Journey is quicker, this one wants to be a little slower. But we're gonna move left and see what it does. Come around it a little bit too, though. Oh, that's a bad one. Came around it a lot. That was a bad one. Let's try that again. Go a little slower. Give it some more shape. You can see as I moved more oil, it was like really clean because I really tried to make it shape instead of just rolling it. Solid 8. All right, one more time here. It's not a ball. I'm not sure how far left I'm going to be able to get with this. It is a stronger core, but the cover's weaker, so it might give me an in-between reaction when I'm bowling on patterns or on house shots that are transitioning. All right, let's try to throw it again. Let's see. Wrong spot. Move left. Okay. Slower, a little around it. Give it some shape. Yeah, see? We have found where this ball isn't. If I'm going to move that far left, I'm really going to need to give it a little bit more surface because with the 2000 by hand, it's just a little too clean when I move it in more oil, even though I'm trying to get it go from oil to dry. It's just not revving up in the right spot because it is too clean. So we might have found a limitation to this ball for me. Or like I said, I can't hit it with 1000, but I'm not sure I want to make it even earlier because it already has a big core. Cover might be a little weaker, but I don't want it to be too early where I'm fighting the ball. All right, a couple more shots and we'll wrap this sucker up. Let's go a little straighter. This whole left to right thing. All the other guys do that. I don't need to do that. All right, so I just moved it more left, but we're still going to use a shallower angle on this one. Like that. See, like that. That's what I want. I use a shallower angle. The other one was steeper. Shallower angle. It did pick up in the mid lane where I wanted it to. So let me do that one more time, make a 2-in-1 left and see what that does. All right, so off of that last shot, we're gonna do a 2-in-1 left and see if I can strike so we can complete this video. Throwing the ball pretty good today. All right, so shallower angle like I did the last shot, just make it a 2-in-1 left to get it to not go too high. And threw it out the door. And we're finding the limitations of the Sublime for me. Really early, really clean when I get in the oil, and it just doesn't want to come off the dry if I throw it a little too hard. We saw it, limitations. All right, one more time and we're all done. Really liking how this does fit in between the Gold Label and the Journey. It gives me a different shape that I'm looking for. Not sure if I'm really keen on the layout that I use. I might modify it a little bit, but that'll be for other balls, we'll see. All right, one more time. Throw a good one, let's get a good reaction. Boom, boom, boom. Still fighting to get up the hill. Still a little too clean, and it's just not getting it. So this ball, for me, even though with the layout and how strong and how clean the cover is, the weaker the cover, even though I do need some friction down lane in order for it to get it to climb up that hill. Where the Gold Label didn't, with the higher pin buffer, I didn't need it. It wants to be a little bit earlier. So I might probably gonna get another Sublime and drill it with a taller pin. I'm really experimenting with layouts with these cores to see what really works for me. All right, one more time, wrap this up. Once I get pins. All right, here we go. One more time, and we're all done. Look at that, it is so confused right now. Early, mid lane, forward, not reacting. Need more dry. Gotta end on a strike. There we go. And slow it the way I want to throw it. There we go. Almost. That's close enough. Almost got a messenger. All right, but you can see, skidded, wanted to pick up early before the mid lane, kind of got confused in the mid lane, and then got up to the pocket, sent a messenger, but I missed it. All right, one more shot. And then we'll wrap this up. And that, we'll finish on that. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video on the new 900 Global release the Sublime, make sure you do that thing, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that bell for notifications so you know when my content hits the internet. And stay tuned, we got more bowling balls being released earlier next year, and we'll make ball reviews on those. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.